Alright, guys, we should be live now. And oh boy, do we have some exciting stuff to talk about today because we have the first ever real time PlayStation 5 gameplay demo. Now, you're going to see it running in the background here, and I want to let you know that unfortunately I'm not able to stream it at 4K, and I'm going to try to leave this linked down below in the description when the stream is over so you can go check it out in 4K for yourself because, wow. Wow. I mean, I guess all I feel like I can really say is anybody who had any doubt about what the PS5 would be capable of, I guess there's no reason to doubt anything anymore. So basically what we have here is a real-time gameplay demonstration of a game. I mean, it's a playable demo. It's not really like a game. There wasn't a new game announced, but it's a playable demo that Epic Games made in Unreal Engine 5. And it really just shows you, in my opinion, not fully what the PlayStation 5 is capable of, because we have to understand that this is made on Unreal Engine 5. So it's going to be across multiple platforms, right? It's going to be across, PlayStation 5, Xbox Series X. It's going to be across PS4, Xbox One, all this stuff. So I don't want to say that this shows everything the PS5 is capable of, because I just don't think that's the case. I think we're going to see that with Sony's first-party studios. But when I look at this and, when I watched it in 4K, I'm just thinking to myself, wow. It seems that when it comes to third-party games, just as I suspected, you're probably not really going to see a difference when it comes to games running on the PlayStation 5 versus games running on the Xbox Series X. Now, for those who maybe are unaware, I will let you know that the reason why we're putting so much emphasis on this being a PlayStation 5 demo, even though it's made in an engine that's going to scale across all the different platforms, they confirmed during this stream, during the Summer Game Fest, that this was literally captured directly from a PlayStation 5 dev kit, like right from the HDMI port in the back. So for anybody who's trying to maybe downplay this a little bit and make it sound like, this isn't really a PlayStation 5 thing. Like, no, this is how you do it. Another thing that blows me away about this is the way it's been handled. Like, this is where you see just how smart Sony is when it comes to their marketing tactics. You see what Microsoft did with their next-gen game showcase. You see the backlash that they ended up getting. You see how disappointed people were. And I know that there's still some people disappointed that this wasn't like a new game announced, right? Like the game you're seeing right now, this is, as far as we know, this is not like a real game that's coming out on the next-gen platforms. It's not a Sony exclusive. It was just a tech demo that is playable, though, for the PlayStation 5 and to showcase what it's capable of. And surely, Sony worked with Epic Games on this, and, not only, guys, are we getting new gameplay tomorrow for Ghost of Tsushima during a State of Play, which I want to let you know I will be streaming that on the channel. It's going to be 4 p.m. Eastern. But we're looking at this just the day before. We're getting an actual glimpse into what we can expect when it comes to the PS5. And for me, I have to say, based off of this demo, because again, I have to watch it a couple more times to really take everything in. It was nice to hear Epic Games kind of try to explain to us everything they're taking advantage of and get technical about it, all the nuances. But when we get towards the end of this demo and you start to see this chick, she starts flying right forward as everything's crumbling down. I think that was truly like I think that was probably the most impressive thing, where I'm like, okay, this is clearly stuff that's literally not capable on last generation consoles. We have Dave Carter saying a lot of people are hating and I don't get it. Dave, I think that may be because a lot of people were expecting a new game announcement. A lot of people like myself were expecting something PlayStation related. Now, this is for sure PlayStation related, obviously. It's a real-time demo running on the PlayStation 5. But I think people were just kind of disappointed in the fact that, where's that new AAA game, right? Like that we're going to be playing alongside the launch of our new console. This wasn't that. However, I think this is a prelude to that. And I can understand why some people are disappointed, but I just have to say, as a PlayStation fan, I am not at all disappointed by this. In fact, I'm kind of blown away because I'm just like, this is how you do it, man. You show gameplay, real-time gameplay on your next-gen console. This isn't like, high-end PC footage that's representative of what they expect to achieve on the PS5. It's not that. It's not in-engine, well, I guess technically it is, but it's a real playable demo running on a PlayStation 5. That's what this is. And so this is where, again, you just see Sony coming out and they're like laughing at Microsoft because they're like, that's cute, Microsoft, what you try to do with your next-gen game showcase, and that's fine, but we're going to show you how it's done. So we also have a new member here, Delura Sarab. Hopefully I'm pronouncing your name correctly, but welcome. Thank you for becoming a member of the channel, going above and beyond to support me directly here. Look forward to your exclusive perks. I appreciate that. We have Fred Vance. You're saying the visuals were just amazing. I think Sony made sure to give fans a taste for a quick fix, and I agree. I agree, Fred. I think that that's exactly what this is. It's a precursor. It's the appetizer to really, get our appetites wet, I guess you could say. I hate saying that, but that's, I think, the best way to put it, where what we're seeing here is what the PlayStation 5 is capable of for a third-party game. Now, here's the thing. Because this demo was developed specifically for the PS5, but it was developed on an engine that is going to be able to apparently easily scale across all different platforms, I can't help but wonder if this basically, if they use this as an opportunity to showcase all the things that the PS5 is capable of, and really just take full advantage of the PS5's SSD and whatnot. I don't know if that's the case. I'm going to assume it's not because, again, this isn't a first-party showcase. So that's the big thing here. This is like representative of third party. This is what you can expect from third party developers and games, and this is why for the longest time, guys, for those of you who've been following me, I've been telling you time and time again, I think people are going to be blown away at what the PS5 is capable of, regardless of T-flop count, and in my opinion, this is literal visual proof of that. Granted, again, I'm streaming it at 1080p, but if you go watch this in 4K, you're gonna not just even from a visual standpoint, but like this next section that's coming up here, it just blows me away. We have LSS JT saying, MBG, I'm happy to become a part of this family. Keep up the great content. I'm so hyped for the PS5 and Xbox Series X. Well, thank you, buddy. Welcome to the family. This is a community that we're growing here, and I just think that this is a really great time for gamers. I'm right there with you. I am certainly excited for both consoles. Obviously, I'm more excited for the PS5, but there's no doubt that these next-gen consoles are going to be doing awesome stuff. I mean, look at this right here. Look at this. This is just incredible. To think that we're going to see stuff that looks even more impressive than this when we get the official PlayStation 5 games, like the exclusives revealed. We have King James. You're saying a tech demo showcased on a PS5 blew away everything Xbox has shown or announced in the last 6 months, and it wasn't even showcased by Sony. I mean, some people might think you're being a little bit hyperbolic there, but I don't think you are. We have Sir Speaks a Lot. You're saying, bro, did you see the SSD power? Like, no pop-ins. Yes, I did see that, Sir Speaks a Lot, and that is why I am highly impressed. I'm probably going to have to refresh this video here because I don't have it playing on a loop. I'm just trying not to miss anything you guys are saying. True Witty, finally, next-gen gameplay. Someone did it. Yeah, and who would have thought it's going to be Sony partnering with... going to be partnering with Epic Games. So, no, we don't want that. We don't want... Let me see if I can put this on loop here. There we go. And we also have Fred Vance becoming a member as well. Thank you, buddy. Thank you guys for going above and beyond to support me here on the channel. It really means a lot. I hope you can look forward to your exclusive perks. We also have over 2,500 people watching. Do me a favor, hit that like button if you are impressed with this next-gen showcase on the PlayStation 5. Hit that like button if you're even more excited for the PlayStation 5 now more than ever. I know I am. We also have, I'm going to call you OR. Unfortunately, I can't pronounce your name. It says message retracted. So, not sure what's up with that, but I appreciate the super chat nonetheless. And yeah, I mean, I'm not trying to, use this as an opportunity to like bash or take down Xbox or anything like that. But I do think it is worth noting that people continually doubt Sony, and they continually make it seem, not everybody. I mean, obviously there's still a lot of people, and I know many of you here have, very high expectations for Sony and the PlayStation 5, but there's a lot of people who've looked at the way they've been handling their marketing recently, and they just feel that, oh, this is just a huge letdown. Sony doesn't know what they're doing. They're screwing up. They're not going to have the same impact that they had previously with the PS4. But then I look at stuff like this, and I look at how Xbox is handling their stuff, and I'm just like, I don't know, man. Like, I think Sony is taking a really smart approach here where I guess the best way I could describe it is they're able to make waves without trying. Because in my opinion, like, Sony barely had to do anything to get people excited for the PS5 with this demo. We all kind of maybe had the expectation or the hope that this was in fact going to be something PlayStation related. Maybe I got a little bit too excited thinking, oh, it's going to be Silent Hill or something, or Horizon Zero Dawn 2, but Sony knows what they're doing, and they know that they have much bigger stuff planned, and they don't want to reveal it all too soon or all at once. So let's give you something that's right in between, and I think that's exactly what this is, where this gets me super hyped for the PS5, what it's going to be capable of, but it's not the whole thing. They're not showing the whole thing yet. We also have David here. You're saying, have you watched Digital Foundry's take on it, MBG? Unfortunately, no, I haven't had the time to watch it yet. I just wanted to make sure to come out here and just give you guys my live reaction to what we saw. I know I didn't stream it like as it was happening, but that was because I really didn't know what to expect. I didn't want to stream it if it had nothing to do with the PS5 or if it was like Nintendo related by some chance or something like that. So we have the Mark Shark saying flying part just screams PS5 SSD. 100% agree, man. That's why I'm so impressed with it. It's worth noting that I don't know if it was, I think it was Tim Sweeney, where he was coming out here and basically praising the PS5's SSD, saying that there's nothing like it on the market. This person who just donated, I'm not going to read your first name, but we have Tyrone. I appreciate all the super chats, guys. You're saying, no offense, MBG, but we haven't seen what Xbox first party can actually do. We've only seen the third party and Hellblade 2, but this looks good though. Yeah, I mean, don't misinterpret what I'm saying. I'm not trying to say, oh, the nail in Xbox's coffin and Xbox is going to suck and they're not going to have any good games. I'm not trying to make it sound like that. I'm just really hyped right now. I'm very enthused, obviously, but I still think that we're going to be impressed with what Xbox shows. I mean, there's no doubt that if they're putting this much power into their console, if there's any hope of seeing them really getting close to fully utilizing it or doing the best they can, it's going to be with Microsoft's first party. But the same can be said here. Like, I think, you could maybe argue, and this is just playing devil's advocate for Xbox for a second, you could maybe argue that what we're seeing here, since it's on Unreal Engine and it's going to scale across all these different platforms, that, you could probably have Xbox fans saying what you're seeing here on the, this is representative of what you're going to see on the PlayStation 5. It's just going to look even better on the Xbox Series X. Now, that could be true. I mean, to be honest, considering all these guys who want to make it sound like there's such a big power difference, there's such a massive power gap, the delta between them is going to be massive, I would hope so. And I also say that if the Xbox Series X ends up being the more powerful console, I don't want to go on a tangent here about that, but I'm just the more expensive console, that also the most powerful. If those two things are combined, I would sure hope that any third-party games you play on that more powerful, potentially more expensive console, they end up really looking somewhat better, right? We have Vertiville saying world-class SSD. Yep, I agree. You can just tell right now, based off of what we're seeing and what Epic Games is saying about the PlayStation 5's SSD, you can already sense that they're able to achieve some big things with it, and that SSD is not to be underestimated. We have True Witty once again here, buddy. Again, appreciate all the super chats, guys. I'm trying not to lose track of them here. You're saying you heard what they said about the SSD. Yes, I did. And, this is where I have to take a moment there's a lot of people within the gaming community, or at least a certain amount of people, who have tried to make it seem as though anytime people like us, PlayStation fans, or anybody who's excited for the next-gen consoles in general, anybody who's really talking up that SSD, and they basically try to downplay it and laugh at us and say it's really not going to make that big of a difference. It's just going to improve load times. That's the only thing you can realistically expect. I think that, when you see this, right, you see the first live gameplay demo, maybe not live, but the first gameplay demo by Epic Games, and a lot of the things they're saying are in regards to the SSD, basically talking up this SSD and saying, yeah, like this SSD is more advanced than anything that's on the market, or more advanced than high-end PCs that have these high-end SSDs. And I don't know, man. Again, I have to emphasize, this isn't even the whole thing yet, guys. Like, this is just a demo, a showcase. This isn't a first-party game from Sony. This is why I can't doubt Sony. No matter what people tell me or what they try to tell me, I can't sit here and be like, oh yeah, I'm going to have to lower my expectations. I'm not going to do that until I'm actually, see it for myself. Because when I look at this, and this is the way Sony's handling it, we're getting a PS5 demo, right? Like a PS5 showcase. And then the next day we're getting gameplay for Ghost of Tsushima, which almost looks as good as this, which is just mind-blowing, right? Just imagine what their first-party developers are going to be able to do. We have OR, once again, you're saying engine is multi-plat, PS5 games will look better. I'll tell you this, OR, it will be a bizarre situation for Microsoft if there are more games that come out, that third-party games, that actually somehow look better than what they look like on the Xbox Series X. I'm not anticipating that, but my God, that would be a PR disaster, PR nightmare for Xbox at that point. I'm not anticipating that, but here's the thing. Here's my question to you guys. Well, before I ask this question, we have Andreas Botiasella, new member. Welcome to the channel, buddy. Thank you for taking the opportunity to go above and beyond and support me directly here. Look forward to your exclusive perks. Appreciate all my members. And we also have Billy Too Smooth. You're saying this was running at 4K 30 on the PlayStation 5, yet with the announcement that Assassin's Creed Valhalla runs at 4K 30 on Series X. Does this bother you? Me, I'm just mind blown. Well, I have to admit, I'm getting so caught up here that I didn't take a second to think about that. I will admit that it is disappointing to have to accept that maybe what we're seeing here, looking at just how good everything looks, there's a good chance that this may be alluding to we might need to alter our expectations for 60 FPS. In fact, today I meant to make a video talking about that because I have some strong opinions about what's going on with Assassin's Creed Valhalla and the whole 30 FPS thing, or at least 30 FPS. I'm just going to put it to you this way to simplify it. While I am extremely impressed with what we're seeing here, I really genuinely hope that the standard or the expectation for almost all major third-party AAA games, or just all games in general for next gen with these consoles, is give us the option. Of course, ideally, I would love to see games look as good as this and be able to run at a smooth 60 frames per second. There's a chance that maybe not all of them will be able to do that, but here's the thing, you need to give us the option, okay? Like, if you can't make it ideal in the sense of we're going to give you the best possible visual fidelity and 60 frames per second, try to give us an option, right? Like, choose, do you just want the better looking graphics, the best looking visuals at 30 frames, or do you want slightly less visuals, but you're going to have that smooth 60 FPS? That option needs to be there. We have Kelvin Smith. I just want to apologize. If I miss any super chats, I apologize for that. I usually don't, but I'm trying to keep track of it here. Killer marketing for Unreal Engine 5 on PS5. Yeah, and it is, you're right. It's perfect marketing for the the Unreal Engine 5 that Epic Games is working on. I mean, associated with the PlayStation 5, it doesn't get any better than that. We have super trendy moneymaker. Don't listen to Dealer Gaming bad talk on PlayStation 5's SSD. Yeah, I mean, I understand how there's some people who just doubt it and are like, oh, it's just going to be better load times. But, I mean, you have a lot of developers coming out here saying, no, it's going to be more than that. And we also have another new member here, OJ, or OR. I don't know why I want to call you OJ, but OR. Again, I apologize I can't pronounce your name. I just don't want to butcher it and make myself sound dumb in the process. So I'm just going to call you OR. Welcome to the channel, buddy. Thank you for going above and beyond to help support the channel directly here in the content I create. We have JD Gamer saying they emphasize that this tech was available on both platforms, specifically, particularly micro polygon geometry with the nanite technology and real-time global illumination. It will be better on the Xbox Series X. Well, again, JD Gamer, like, I'm not saying it won't be. All right, I don't want anybody to walk away saying that, look, guys, this is proof. This is proof that the PS5, all their games are going to look better. No, like, look, the Xbox Series X is viewed as the more powerful console, as the more capable console. We know that the tech that this console is packing is no joke, and the same goes for the PlayStation 5. But because the Series X is the more powerful console, I would expect some differences. Like, there should be. I mean, especially if the PlayStation 5 ends up being a little bit cheaper than the Xbox Series X. Again, we don't know if that's going to be the case. But you would expect there to be some differences. If there isn't any differences, then that's going to be a huge fail on Microsoft's part, where it's like, why would you market your console as the most powerful, the 12 T-flop monster, tower of power, and then not have any differences with your third-party games? Now, my question is this. How significant are the differences going to be? There was a question that I brought up earlier that I wanted to ask you guys, and I got a little bit sidetracked, but this is the question I have for you guys, and you let me know in the chat, all right? And, for those who listen after the fact, let me know in the comments. Looking at this here, right, when you watch this, if you go watch this in 4K on Epic's or, Unreal Engine YouTube channel, whatever it's called, when you go watch this, my question is, how much better can it really look than this? And I'm sure it can look better, but my question at that point is, will anybody realistically be able to tell the difference? Because what I'm seeing here looks stellar, man. I mean, I'm not looking at something that screams to me, oh, this could look so much better. No, what I'm looking at tells me, damn, the PS5 is no joke. That's what this tells me. And I'm really, really glad that what they showed here, when Sony decided the first ever footage they're going to show of something running in real time on the PS5, I'm so thankful that they decided to go above and beyond and say, or in my opinion, just do the rational, smart thing and make sure this is on a PS5. Like, this is not on a PC, similar spec to the PS5. Like, no, this is on a PS5. This is where I look at Sony and I'm like, they are doing it right. They know what they're doing. They know what people want. They know what gamers want. What gamers want is they want to see the real thing. And to be honest, it's okay sometimes if maybe the real thing, isn't everything we had hoped. But at the very least, we can be thankful that it's the real thing. Like, for example, I would love to know that this could run at 60 frames per second on the PS5. If it can't, then it can't. What my hope at that point would be is that I truly, genuinely hope that at least the first-party studios under Sony can bring out all of their games and hit a visual fidelity like this and hit 60 frames per second more often than not. There's also the fact of the matter that developers are going to have to take some more time, a little bit more time. It's going to take some time in general for them to fully be able to harness everything that these consoles are capable of. So we have Michigan 1777. Appreciate that donation, buddy, and appreciate everybody watching. We have over 3,300 viewers right now, which is just insane. I think this is like a new record. So thank you guys for chilling with me here and hanging out. Be sure to hit that like button if you enjoy this stream, if you enjoy my content, or if you are just excited for the PS5. But I think that Sony is on the cusp of really kind of exploding here. There was also some more information that came out today where the CFO of Sony CFO, he was asked directly, looking at your marketing strategy compared to Xboxes with these next-gen consoles, do you think that maybe you're lacking or you're lagging behind? And some people look at his answer as a little bit arrogant. I don't see it that way, but he was basically like, look, the proof is going to be in the sales. Like, if our console doesn't sell well, then yeah, we failed with marketing. If our console sells well, then everything's good. Clearly our marketing's working, right? And this is where I just find it funny that they make this comment today, and then they decide to drop this first ever gameplay demo, and I'm just like, okay, Sony, okay. Now, I've never underestimated them, but I'm starting to get a good idea of just how clever they're trying to be with the way they roll this stuff out. That's not to say that they might not screw up big time, because they could. That possibility is still there for both Sony and Microsoft. But I don't know, man. I'm really liking what I'm seeing so far. We have Zach B. You're saying, when do you think Sony will reveal the PS5, and what is your most anticipated game you think will release day one on the PlayStation 5? And you're amazing. Well, thank you for that. When do you think Sony will reveal the PS5? I think it's going to be June. I think it's definitely not going to happen now in May, like a lot of us maybe suspected. I think it's going to be June, and I think it might be early June or mid-June. What is my most anticipated game that I think will release day one on the PS5? Maybe, I know some people might not be happy to hear this because they're like, dude, that's a remake. How could you be excited for that? But Demon Souls remake, man. Like, I heard that Bluepoint is working on this game, and it's a PlayStation 5 exclusive. I don't think it's going to be cross-gen, and I know it's a remake, but it sounds like they may be really trying to take things to the next level. I would love to see Demon Souls remake their day one. I would also love to see a SOCOM game. We know that there's been rumors for a long time that Guerrilla Games is working on a second project outside of Horizon 2 or Horizon Zero Dawn sequel. Whatever that is, whether it's a new Killzone, I heard maybe it's a SOCOM reboot of some sort, or just something completely different. I hope we see that day one. We know that Microsoft's trying to release Halo Infinite alongside the Xbox Series X, so in my opinion, it would just make a hell of a lot of sense for Sony to try to have something that can compete with that. Although I've also heard maybe a Ratchet and Clank game, that would be exciting, but for me, it's going to have to be Demon Souls. I never had the chance to play Demon Souls, so to be able to play like a PS5 version, that's a complete remake from the ground up from Bluepoint, that sounds pretty exciting to me. We have JD Gamer, you're saying Microsoft has the coalition, which consists of dozens of former Epic employees, and it's why they are considered the masters of Unreal Engine. Imagine what they will do with their programming prowess. Gears 5? ? Yeah, and dude, you're not wrong here, man. Like, there's no doubt that Microsoft will be able to do some amazing things with this engine as well. But you have to understand that this isn't Microsoft showcasing this on the Series X. This is Sony partnering with Epic Games to showcase it, a real-time demo on the PlayStation 5. And I'm not knocking the Xbox. I'm just saying this, in my opinion, was a direct jab to the face of Microsoft at the perfect time, because, again, this is coming right after Microsoft disappoints everybody, or mostly everybody, with their next-gen game showcase. And then Sony's like, just a quick jab to the face, here you go, live demo, or just a, real-time gameplay demo on the PS5, and people are like, holy shit, this looks awesome. We have OC Cumbles, you're saying, MBG, my name is OMC Mumbles. Oh, I'm sorry, buddy, I just said it wrong. You're saying Mumbles wrong. I apologize, dude. It's just to keep up with all the super chats. Sometimes I read the names too quick. But OMC Mumbles, I'll just call you Mumbles. So I appreciate that. Appreciate the correction there. Try to make sure I don't miss anybody here. We have OR, once again, you're saying, you can call me Raji. Raji. Okay. I think what looks better is not going to be the big details, but PS5 addresses small details that PS4 didn't. Yeah, you could be right. Raji, I'm going to try to call you that, Raji. You could be right about that, because sometimes it's not really just the big things, it's also the details that people are going to be looking for. I mean, there's no doubt that people are going to be expecting a whole new level of detail when it comes to, the next-gen consoles, so I agree. We have JD Gamer say, here's what's not being said about the SSD directly. At 5.5 to 9 gigabytes of data transfer speeds, the PS5 SSD is as fast as actual DDR2/3 RAM. Xbox Series X is DDR1/2. That is a good point, buddy. We also have Matt. You're saying, excellent tech demo. Kind of gave me Uncharted/Horizon Zero Dawn feel. Hope this is or evolves into an actual game. I agree. I mean, what we're seeing here looks like it could be a real game. And let's see, again, I apologize if I miss anybody's super chats here, saying, Obi Alfred, I criticized you in the past. Next gen starts when Sony says so. Holy shit. Well, hey man, I'm just grateful that you're here, and I do appreciate the super chat donation. And yeah, dude, I mean, it really does kind of start to seem like maybe next gen does start when Sony says so. As pompous as that may sound, or as arrogant as that may sound, I mean, you can just see Sony just has to, do that one little thing, and bam, everybody lights up. We have David saying, I'm still playing Dark Souls 3. I would love and welcome any Soulsborne game. I agree, man. Like, I'm a huge fan of the Souls games. Bloodborne was absolutely phenomenal. And so I just feel like a Demon's Souls remake day one PS5 with all the bells and whistles, it's just like, it's, again, it would feel like an amazing precursor to what I know is going to be coming down the line. We have C-Mills as well. You're saying Fortnite will be released on Unreal Engine 5 next year. It runs at 60 FPS on current gen. It would have to do the same next gen. That is a good point, buddy. I'm glad you pointed that out, because that is the big concern that a lot of gamers have. What about 60 frames per second? A lot of people are like, give me 60 frames per second or give me death. I have to agree with that to a certain extent. I mean, there's no doubt some games are going to be 30 FPS, but again, my thing is give me the option or give me death, please. But moving right along here, again, I'm just double checking to make sure I didn't miss anybody's super chat, because that's the last thing I want to do. I appreciate all the support you guys are showing here. It's absolutely amazing. We still have over 3,500 people watching, and what that tells me is that Sony has made a huge impression here with this. And I again, when I woke up today, I didn't know what to expect. I was really starting to get nervous. In fact, I got so nervous at some point once I started hearing that it's going to be about Unreal Engine, like, uh-oh, is this going to be some kind of Fortnite announcement? Because no offense to Fortnite or people who enjoy it, but my God, that's not what I would be looking forward to. We have Joshua Falls. You're saying, hey, MBG, they didn't even use ray tracing in the demo. That is a good point. I don't know why they didn't highlight this. I mean, this could be our first maybe hint that maybe some of Sony, these bigger games for Sony, maybe that will be the differentiating factor between the PS5 and the Xbox Series X. Is maybe very few games will be able to actually implement proper real-time ray tracing when you see the visual, fidelity this high on the PS5. Again, I would expect it from the first party. Maybe it might take third-party games. Maybe they might not be able to do that, and that's maybe a big advantage the Series X could have. I don't know, though. I don't know why they didn't put any emphasis on ray tracing, but maybe, they'll talk about that later on. So we'll have to see about that. I hope not. I hope we can get as many bells and whistles as possible. I mean, there's no doubt that ray tracing is going to play a big role in next gen, so I hope more games than not can actually implement that. And again, that then makes you bring up the question, well, what about frame rate? How's that going to affect frame rate? All questions that have yet to be answered, but we will find out, guys. We will find out. We have Matt once again. You're saying, I hope this is... You hope this is an actual game. Sony did say their primary focus is on story-driven single-player games. This certainly looks like one. Yeah, I've seen a lot of people saying that they're getting like Tomb Raider vibes from this, and they would like, this is getting them excited for maybe like a next-gen Tomb Raider game. I don't know if this is going to be a game. I mean, sometimes we see this situation where we see these fancy tech demos, and then we find out later on that it's actually a game. They're saying right now that it's not a game. They're saying, at least based off of what I heard, that it's basically just a demo, just a demo they created to showcase what the PlayStation 5 is capable of. We have Jacob. I appreciate that super chat, buddy. And so, I guess this is, it's hard not to feel like a little bit overwhelmed right now with everything, because I know that maybe to some people this really wasn't that big of a deal, but I can tell you, for PlayStation fans, for people who have been following this and are eagerly anticipating these next-gen consoles, this to us, at least to me, I don't want to speak for everybody, but to me, this feels like the first big step going into June and the months ahead, knowing that not only do we have, just think about this for a second, guys. Not only do we have The Last of Us Part 2, regardless of how you may feel about how that game's going to play out story-wise, that's a huge game. To a lot of people, it's a must-play game. There's no doubt about it. Absolutely huge game, regardless of your personal feelings on it. Then we have literally less than a month after that, Ghost of Tsushima. And then tomorrow, we are getting that gameplay demonstration from Ghost of Tsushima. And I'm just like, yeah, you guys, you can tell, next gen is really starting to heat up, and it's getting to a point where I can't wait, man. I know that it sounds like I'm reacting as if we just got a big announcement, and to me this is a big announcement, but I know to a lot of people this isn't on the same level as, oh, you're acting like this is the next God of War, dude, and it's not. You're acting like this is the Horizon Zero Dawn announcement, or we actually saw the console, but I don't know what the hell I'm going to be like when we actually do see that. I feel like my head might just explode, because it's just, these are exciting times, man. Like, we don't know what the future of console gaming is going to look like after this generation. And I'm not trying to spell doom and gloom or anything and make it sound like this is the last proper console generation or proper console transition. But it might be, man. It really might be. And so I'm just trying to really seize this opportunity and look at it as like, this is a really exciting time. And, you know, I want to see both Sony and Microsoft just knock every time they have something to say about next gen. I want to see both of them knock it out of the park, but there's no doubt in my mind that what Sony has shown here with this demo, I mean, this just basically stomps what Microsoft tried to do the other week with the Inside Xbox. And not only that, but we're getting, a full-blown gameplay demo, which I will be live streaming tomorrow on the channel, of Ghost of Tsushima, a current-gen game that practically looks like it could be a next-gen game. I don't mean to overhype this stuff, man, but damn. And David, you're saying, what are your thoughts on the Pro Skater remakes? Yeah, that was announced yesterday. My thoughts on them, honestly, are I think they look awesome. They look really good. And I was really nervous when we heard that there was going to be like a new Pro Skater game coming out at the end of this year. I was thinking like, oh God, is this going to be another Pro Skater 5 situation, but it's just going to be Pro Skater 6 and even worse? And no, they did the best thing they possibly could do, in my opinion, where they took two of the most beloved games from the series, remastered them, and they look great. And they just added a few more bells and whistles, and, you know, there you go. Now you can play it on current gen. You know, I'm assuming it'll be 60 FPS. It should be. And so, yeah, guys, you know, I'm very excited for that. I think that I speak for most gamers when I say that while this may not be the PlayStation 5 reveal, this may not be the big next-gen game announcement we were waiting for, but what this is the perfect appetizer for what is to come in the coming months. I know I sound like a broken record, but we have nearly 4,000 people watching right now, which is absolutely mind-blowing. I kind of can't believe that. I appreciate you guys showing up and showing your support, but again, like, looking at these numbers here, you can just tell, like, all Sony had to do, and Sony didn't even have to do it. That's the thing. All they had to do was ask Epic Games to do it for them, and look at what's happening right now. And, dude, people who doubt the hype or excitement for next gen, the people who doubt that next gen, like, oh, we're not going to see that big of a difference, like, I'm telling you, man, just... I'm not even going to tell you to wait at this point, because we're basically here now, and it's just going to get better. Full steam ahead at this point forward. We have Boone Davey. You're saying apparently you can use Lumen and ray tracing. Yeah, so, yeah, I mean, again, I think that we're going to have to... We're pretty much going to have to wait, in my opinion. I could be wrong on this, because, for again, as exciting as this tech demo, or this, not tech demo, this is a gameplay demo, for as exciting as it is, I really think that once we see the first big AAA game from Sony's first party, I think it might be Horizon 2. I think that's when we're going to be like, holy shit. Now we know what the PS5 is truly capable of. We have Sir Speaks a Lot. You're saying, real talk, though. Check out the comments already. 1440p, 30 FPS. Always have to fight for something, don't you? I mean... I don't know, man. This is just basically my live reaction. Maybe I'm disconnected from the community right now, the gaming community. Are they upset with this? Are they not happy with it? I mean, for me, I'm pumped, man. Like, I'm pumped. Please, guys, let me know in the chat. Am I disconnected right now? I don't know. Am I out of touch? Spud, you're saying, do you think we'll be seeing a long-term partnership between Epic and Sony next gen? We already have Godfall and now this tech demo. It's possible, man. It's possible. I think maybe that there could be a chance we could see that. I don't want to say definitively because I don't know, but there's a chance. We have Jacob. You're saying Unreal Tech Demo sold me more on getting a PS5 than all of Sony's marketing to date. Yeah, that's kind of crazy, right? That's kind of crazy. I mean, the DualSense controller was huge. The tech reveal was obviously hit or miss for a lot of people, but I think this definitely did a good job. It's a great first step into, in my opinion, what is the most important part of Sony's marketing to come, which is... we got to show you why you want to buy this console and why you want to be excited for these games. I think this is a great first step. We have, I'm going to call you AA. Well, I don't want to call you AA. That's just not good. But Amjad, I apologize if I'm butchering anybody's name here, but you're saying there is a reason why they did this demo on a PS5 and not Xbox or PC. A lot of people are underestimating the PS5's SSD tech. I do agree with that. I think that a lot of, as I've said earlier, a lot of people are kind of downplaying what the PS5's SSD is going to be capable of doing for games, especially in the long term. And I think we're going to start to see as we get closer to the launch of the PS5 just how much this SSD is going to make a difference in some of these next-gen games. We have Fred Vance also saying, I think as we get closer to the reveal from Sony, we will hear and see more from developers showcasing more. I agree. I mean, that's the thing here is you could tell like third-party developers are getting really eager to start showing their games and revealing them and talking more about the tech behind them. And I think that you're completely right about that. I think as we get closer, we are going to see more and more people or not people, but developers coming out here and basically saying like, check out this game. It's going to run on the next-gen consoles. Look at everything it's capable of. Look at everything it can do. Again, I'm trying to keep up with everybody's super chats here. I want to make sure I can read all of them. Zach B, you're saying, do you think Sony is hiding some secret features on the PS5? And when do you think Marvel's Spider-Man 2 will release and the next Naughty Dog game? When it comes to them hiding like any secret sauce or I think features, yes. Features for sure. Whether or not there's some kind of big hidden secret like second GPU or something like that, I don't know about that. I think there might be some things that they haven't revealed yet that they will feature-wise that are going to make a huge difference for sure. Spider-Man 2, I think it's going to be revealed or teased at the very least this year. I'm expecting it to be teased this year, and I think it will release probably holiday 2021. That's just guessing. The next Naughty Dog game, I don't know. That one's a lot harder. To be honest, I don't have an answer for you on that. I'm going to say maybe next year we'll hear about that. We have Boone Davier saying, I personally think 30 FPS is cool if they can push out the full cinematic look at this scale. Other games need it more. Maybe, LOL. Well, that's the thing. Like, not everybody is give me 60 FPS or die. There are people who are legitimately like, look, I just want the best looking game, and if it has to be 30 FPS, I'm okay with that. But again, that's where I feel like these developers, you need to provide the option. You absolutely have to. I just don't see how you couldn't do that, because people are going to be upset if they can't play their next-gen games at 60 FPS. They just are. And if you want to try to retain that visual fidelity to be able to show off your game looking the best it absolutely can, give them those options. We have MDLG, you're saying, update. The tech demo was supposed to be shown at GDC alongside the PS5 Deep Dive talk. Sony's first-party studio will have better-looking games. Yep, there you go. There you go. I mean, I'm going to take your word on that. I don't know if that's for sure or confirmed. Again, I'm not keeping up with any of this stuff right now as I'm streaming and talking to you guys live, but that wouldn't surprise me. And what's also interesting is when you think about that, yeah, it does go to show you that, developers have had even more time since then to really fully... You know what? To be honest, man, like, this would explain a lot. This would explain why Sony is being so damn quiet right now, because if what we're seeing here really was something that was supposed to be shown off at GDC, that means it was made a while ago, and it's been made for some time. This would explain why Sony still hasn't shown any of their games yet, or more importantly, any of the gameplay of their games, because what this tells me is that they're truly waiting like till the last second, maybe not the last second, but as long as they can, to give their teams as much time as they can to really polish the hell out of whatever they're going to show, so that way it really pops when you see it and it really blows you away. I mean, the same could probably be said for Microsoft to a certain extent, but there's no doubt Sony's been much quieter than Microsoft. Nikolai, aka Nico, you're saying PS5 and Demon's Souls remake, take my money. I 100% agree, man. Like, I don't know how many games, obviously I don't know. If I did, I'd be talking about it. But I don't know how many games are going to be there at the launch of the PlayStation 5 in terms of like the launch exclusive lineup. To be honest, I'm expecting about 2 games. And I feel like if just one of those games can appeal to me in a big way, that's going to be super exciting. But I think we're going to see a steady rollout from Sony. Like, I think we're going to maybe have 1 to 2 games at launch, and then come February 2021, potentially, unless, there's any delays or anything like that, we could see the next bit, like, that could be like the first big AAA PlayStation 5 exclusive, or at the very least, holiday 2021, you can bet there's going to be one massive AAA PlayStation 5 exclusive game. I mean, you could be potentially looking at the next Spider-Man at that point, right? The next Horizon game. And, I've seen some people yesterday, they were kind of thinking like, because of this new logo that Sony put out and the way they talked about it, are they getting people ready to announce or, getting fans ready so that they can announce that they're going to put all their games on PC. I don't think that's the case. I think that it's kind of clear at this point that some of Sony's games are for sure going to go to PC, probably some older PS4 exclusives as we move further into the PlayStation 5 generation. We're probably going to see games like Dreams. We already know that the MLB games, MLB The Show, they're literally going to be multi-plat now. The MLB games. It's a game that is developed by a Sony first party, but because of the deal they had to struck with the MLB, you're going to literally see an MLB The Show game on Xbox come next generation. So this is why Sony had to kind of change their branding. I know that there's people who want to get all conspiratorial about it. They want to sit here and they want to say, look, this is just a precursor because they're going to announce that every single PS5 game is going to go to PC. It's going to be announced day and date. And I don't mean to go on this little tangent here, but I don't think that's the case at all, because my question then would be, why would they do what they're doing with the PlayStation 5's SSD if that was their intention? Because there's no doubt that if they want to fully leverage that SSD, which is arguably the PlayStation 5's greatest asset, its greatest strength, how are they going to be able to do that if they also have to spec for a lower common denominator? And in this case, when you're talking about the SSD speeds, PC would in fact be the lower common denominator. So I don't know. I mean, that's like kind of up in the air. I really don't know what to think about that. I don't think it would be logical. I'm just mentioning this because honestly, I just want to. It's something I saw people mentioning before, but holy hell, guys, we have over 4,000 people watching, so thank you guys for taking time to just, chill here with me and listen to what I have to say about this PlayStation 5 gameplay. Do me a favor, hit the like button, guys. I mean, help this stream out. I don't know how many likes we have right now, but I mean, if we could get over 2,000, that would just be phenomenal. But yeah, I guess, I'll kind of continue on here because I don't know honestly how much more I have to say, but what I'm going to be really interested in looking at once I'm finished the stream is, am I off the mark here? Like, that's what I want to know from people. Like, am I off the mark? Am I being like a delusional fanboy for feeling excited about what we saw? Or in general, is the gaming landscape and the gaming community, are they as impressed and as excited as I am? I hope they are, because obviously if I end the stream and I see like everybody looks at this as like some kind of dumpster fire, I'm going to be like, oh geez, am I really that out of touch? But I just don't feel like I am, because I look, we saw Microsoft, it's like the tortoise and the hare. I'm playing God of War right now. I'm playing it again, and I just remember hearing that, when you're in the canoe with your or the boat with your son, with Atreus, and he's like, can you tell me some stories? And one of the stories that Kratos tells is one we all know and have all heard, but he keeps it very short. But he's talking about the tortoise and the hare, and he's basically like, look, the hare was just, I don't want to say reckless, but just focused on getting there first and getting to the finish line first. And the tortoise was just slow and steady and consistent. And the more, the ending of it is the tortoise won. And I feel like that's a situation we're seeing right now, where I understand that Microsoft had to come out swinging. They had to come out full speed ahead. But, there's also a possible downside to that, where they came out first with their next-gen showcase and people were not happy, man. And it just gave Sony every opportunity to just be like, all right, well, let's do our thing now. And, let's, maybe somebody told me that this demo was apparently set for GDC during the deep dive talk, and Sony saved it. Maybe this is why they saved it, because they're like, let's just wait for Microsoft to show their stuff first, and we'll just counter it with this. It wouldn't surprise me. They're really cutthroat that way. But we have Boone Davey saying, I agree with you, bro. They can't be positioning for all games to go to PC or other platforms. I agree. It wouldn't make sense. It wouldn't make sense to me. I know that there's a lot of Xbox fans who think that is for sure going to happen, but guys, come on, we're talking about Sony here. They're not going to dive in head first like that. Even if in the future, in the long term, that is what happens, it's not going to be anytime soon. At least I genuinely don't feel like it will be. We have Obi Alfred. Once again, you're saying you don't even understand how crazy of a nuke this is. I was so disappointed from the Inside Xbox reveal. So, yeah, I guess Obi Alfred's letting me know that, no, man, people are hyped about this. Like, this is what people wanted to see. And again, I think it acts as the perfect precursor. We have MH, another new member. Thank you, buddy. Thank you for going above and beyond here to support the channel directly. Look forward to your exclusive perks as all members gain access to them, and I can't thank people enough, not only for your super chats, but especially those of you who are willing to support me month over month by becoming a member. So thank you so much for that. We have Mumbles, once again, you're saying you only got 2 likes. Ah, man, I hope not. Could you imagine only 2 likes? That would be really disappointing, man. But I'm scrolling along here. I just want to make sure, again, I don't miss any super chats. I just feel terrible if I miss anybody's. We have Justin B. You're saying Sony knows what they've been doing all along, and we're just seeing it finally play out. LOL, patience is a virtue, and next gen comes to those who wait. Yeah, I think you're putting it, I think you're wording it really well there, where I've always had the mindset where I've never ignored the fact that Sony has been very quiet, right? And I've always owned up to the fact that I've allowed myself to get too hyped for what insiders are saying, 13.3 T-flops, all that crap that I'm sure you guys are well aware of. But at the end of the day, I always, said, I think our patience will be rewarded. Like, I think the wait will 100% be worth it. And I still firmly believe that. And in my opinion, we're getting to that point where it's like, I think our patience is really going to be rewarded. And the same goes for Xbox fans who are excited. Like, at least I hope, right? Like with this big July event that Microsoft is going to have coming up, I really hope that it delivers in the way that not only Xbox fans are hoping, but just people who love gaming and just want to see like both companies show some awesome stuff, right? Like, I hope it's not just Sony. I hope it's both. We also have Joshua Falls, another new member. Thank you, buddy. That is, we've gained quite a few members during this stream, so thank you. Look forward to new perks, man. I appreciate you going above and beyond here to make the decision to support me and my content here directly. But scrolling right along, we have David, 2K likes, LOL. I don't know. I don't know if that's laughable. I mean, at some point we had over 4,000 people watching, so I guess, is it unrealistic for me to expect maybe 2K likes? But that'd be fantastic. I hope I'm not... See, the thing about some of these super chats, unfortunately, on my end, they disappear. I just feel absolutely terrible if I've missed any. Because what's weird is, like, anybody who donates $2 or less for a super chat, it doesn't highlight it at the top for me to click on. And I don't know why. And it's extremely annoying. I really wish YouTube would kind of fix that, because eventually it just disappears. So again, if I missed your super chat, I do apologize. I'll try my best. I'll scroll through all the super chats that I've gotten during the stream, and maybe tomorrow during the Ghost of Tsushima stream or my upcoming podcast, Press X podcast, I will try to acknowledge anybody that I missed. So if you're feeling upset that maybe I missed you, don't fret. I'll have to go back and check. Just doing my best here. But guys, I really didn't know what to expect today. Some people said that maybe my expectations were too high, they were too out of whack. I was sitting here saying maybe we're going to see the PS5 reveal, maybe we're going to see Silent Hill. Maybe those things were a little bit unrealistic, but I just had this feeling, guys. Like, I just had this feeling it was going to be PlayStation related. You could just feel it in the air, literally. Like, maybe, I don't know, maybe it's just me because I'm like so PlayStation centric and excited. I just wanted it to be that, and I was being delusional about it, but I don't know, man. Here we are. This, in my opinion, this is where next gen starts, man. And I just have to wonder, like, I'm so engrossed in what's going to happen next gen, and I'm still so excited for what we currently have with The Last of Us and Ghost of Tsushima. I'm just sitting here thinking to myself, like, damn, like, this is just going to be I know the year started. I know 2020 in general has not been the best year for anybody, really, but I hope it's going to get better, man. And I think it's going to, at least in the gaming area, in the gaming landscape. We have Sigurd K, you're saying, I think the demo looks great, but for next gen, it's not too impressive compared to what we have now. I mean, it's hard to say. I mean, this is where I understand that some people may have that mindset, and I know that, I don't know, I know that not everybody's going to be as impressed, but I think that we're going to see even stuff that looks even better than this. But you do have to take into account the law of diminishing returns, where we have to understand that the PS5 is going to be more than just about pure graphics, right? It's going to be more than just about how good a game looks. It's going to be about the feature set. It's going to be about the new operating system. It's going to be about how the whole thing, the whole package, I guess you should say. And I'm not trying to damage control that. I'm just saying for people who maybe are feeling a little bit let down, there's a lot of other different aspects to the PS5 and these next-gen consoles in general that I think are going to do a good job. Hopefully, Microsoft and Sony can do a good job in showing you, look, it's even though the games do look significantly better, we know not everybody's going to be paying attention to just that. Some people aren't going to notice the difference. Here's a bunch of other things. We have Nerd Nate. You're saying, that's it. I'm jumping ship. Xbox died. Wow, okay, I guess this was so good that some people are now like, you know what, forget Xbox. We also have Fred Vance. You're saying, I wonder if Sony is going to wait until Xbox shows their first-party games, then slide in and take the thunder out from under them completely. Well, you know, that is a good theory, and there certainly could be some truth to that, because we know that Microsoft has let us know, again, this is them kind of getting out in front, possibly needlessly and unnecessarily, getting out in front saying, hey, our big thing is going to be in July. Maybe Sony at that point is just like, well, we were going to have our big game reveal event in June, but, you know, because Microsoft basically just let us know they're doing theirs in July, well, we're just going to wait now. We're going to do it like a week after, you know, also in July, or maybe even August if they want to go crazy, if they want to be crazy. They could get away with that considering they're launching Ghost of Tsushima in July. So, let me see here. So we have a generous donation. Not that, I mean, all your donations, of course, and all your super chats are generous, but we have, I'm just going to call you Steel. You're saying, here's an idea. Stop complaining about everything. LOL, I think this demo was more than enough to show us what PS5 will do. Y'all are not in those labs or buildings. You don't know what they're doing for the SSD. We'll see. And I know you're not talking directly to me because obviously I'm not complaining about this, but I do agree with you, Steel. I think people need to understand that this is just a taste, man. Like, this is just a taste, and I think this is just, again, I know I sound like a broken record, but a precursor to just a hint of what we're going to see. Like, I think this alone is exciting. I do think people need to maybe tone down the complaining a little bit. Like, this is, in my opinion, we should be, I don't want to say thankful, but maybe we kind of should be, considering we are, like, this is straight from a PS5. There's no smoke and mirrors. There's no BS. And I agree, man. Like, I think people just need to chill and realize that the best is yet to come. And this is just a precursor to that. So thank you for that super chat. We have Boone Davey once again. You're saying, I think this demo is impressive in what it's introducing to us. They're focusing hella on the scale, quality, etc. Agreed. That's one thing I failed to mention in this is the scale of this demo. Now, obviously, this is implying like this will basically be maybe an open world, potentially explorable. It's showing some smaller sections, but even what we're seeing here with the cave, just seeing the size of everything, right? And also, when they're flying, whatever the character, I don't know if the character has a name, but when they're flying out there, you can just how far you can see in the distance. There's literally no pop-in. Like, I'm telling you, man, that is impressive. Like, that's the stuff that, alongside seeing these awesome visuals, like, that's the stuff that's going to impress people. And maybe at first they don't realize it because it's so subtle, and they just, like, they can't appreciate it. But once you see it side by side with something else that's current gen, I think people will have a much greater appreciation for it. That's just what I suspect. Anyway, but we have Sergid K. You're saying, I'm not complaining. It looks good to me. I'm just pissed about The Last of Us 2 because it's my favorite game and it means a lot to me. I understand. I share your frustration, buddy. I'm not going to try to talk about The Last of Us 2 too much in this because there's going to be plenty of conversation to be had. But to be honest, when it comes to The Last of Us 2, putting all the leaks aside, I don't think anybody could argue when I say it's clearly a must-play game that, you know, whether you feel like you're going to love it or hate it, it's probably a game that you want to experience yourself and get the full thing. And, you know, we'll see what happens there. But we have Cole Estes Gaming. You're saying this, the Sony ponies in the chat are why I don't like PlayStation. Well, I mean, unfortunately, I'm only able to witness so much. I will tell everybody, like, I know you guys, maybe this is easy to dunk on Xbox and whatnot, but let's try to keep it classy. Let's try to keep it clean. Let's try not to do the fanboy stuff too much because we're trying to go above and beyond that where it's like, this is about gaming, and we are PlayStation, maybe a lot of us are PlayStation enthusiasts, big PlayStation fans. Let's just try to cool it with the fanboy stuff and just let's just be happy, man. Let's just be happy. We have MH, you're saying almost 2,000 likes. Well deserved. Well, thank you for that. Yeah, I mean, that'd be, if we could crush 2,000 likes for this stream, that's mind-blowing to me, guys. We have Sir Speaks a Lot. You're saying there are a lot of people confused as to why we are hyped. That is because we are hungry for something, and unfortunately for Xbox players, Sony fed us. I mean, I do kind of agree there, man. I know that, again, that may be a little bit hard on Xbox and its fans, but I would take this any day of the week over what Xbox showed. That's not to say that the games Xbox showed were terrible or anything, because they weren't, but that's not a next-gen showcase. That's a game showcase, and that's fine. But don't call it next-gen, and don't call it gameplay. This is next-gen. This is on a PS5. This is running in real time on a PS5, and it's gameplay, man. We have Muck Reimer, you're saying, you're not impressed, you're sick in the head. I'm assuming you're saying if somebody is not impressed with this, then they're sick in the head. I'm assuming that's what you're saying there. Scrolling down here again, trying my best not to miss any super chats because it doesn't show me up top the ones that are less than $5 for some reason. We have Michael. I appreciate that. I got to Sir Speaks a Lot here. Let's see. Going right along. Because you guys clearly have a lot to say about this, and I just want to try to make sure that everybody's voice is heard. Not just mine, obviously. And we have Jacob. You're saying, with this tech demo, I'm thinking just how amazing Sony does with their first-party single-player games. Exactly, Jacob. That's what I've been talking about pretty much during a huge chunk of the stream, where it's like, you look at this. This is a third-party demonstration. Like, guys, this is an engine that's going to scale not only with PC, but with the older consoles and the Xbox Series X. So imagine what Sony's teams can do knowing their engines are going to just be purely focused and scalable on the PS5, most of them anyway. That's going to be insane. We have Michael once again saying, watching this on a 4K smartphone, I creamed myself. Yeah, I mean, dude, that's the sentiment. A little bit vulgar, but I gotta admit, man, that's the sentiment that a lot of people seem to have after seeing this. We have Adrian Pollard. Welcome to the channel, buddy. Another new member. We have multiple people here stepping up, becoming members of the channel, going above and beyond to support me directly. I can't thank you guys enough. It really means a hell of a lot to me, and I hope you do enjoy your exclusive perks and can look forward to them. So welcome. Moving right along here. We have another new member as well, Christian P. Thank you, buddy. Welcome to the channel. Look forward to your exclusive perks. We have the Game Night 123. You're saying Tim Sweeney says Epic's strong relationship with Sony means the company is working more closely with PlayStation than Microsoft in regards to the SSD. Wow. Okay. I mean, I don't know if that's actually something he said or if he's quoted with that, but I do believe it. Sorry about that. Somebody just drove by. I hope this video doesn't get copyrighted now because somebody's music just played through. But I don't know if he said that for sure because I haven't seen it, but I'll take your word for it, and it wouldn't surprise me considering, yeah, you could tell Epic Games is hyped for the PS5, man, and we are seeing like this is like the first time you're seeing like big AAA game devs come out, talk directly about the PS5, specifically about that SSD. We also have Delapo F, again, apologize if I butcher anybody's names. You're saying, check out Digital Foundry's video, talked about excuse me, says talked about a lot like using triangle pixels that'll reduce any pop-in and the lighting saving devs time. So hyped. Yeah, that's a big thing, man. Like there's a lot of tech talk that Epic Games, I'm sure Digital Foundry, I'm going to have to watch that video that they're doing that are basically letting us know that you don't have to understand all of it fully, but just know it's going to make for some really, really awesome stuff going forward. We have Maxo77. You're saying it looks like it's 60 FPS. Incredible. We also have Darkland22. You're saying, MBG, has anyone ever told you sound a lot like Morty from Rick and Morty? I'm definitely enjoying the stream. Keep up the good work. Funny enough, dude, I have a friend who his favorite show is Rick and Morty, and all the time I would try to just mimic Morty's voice because sometimes I can just get like that high-pitched thing going on, and I'm not going to try to attempt it here on the stream. It's just there's too many people watching. It'd be too embarrassing if I just messed it up. But dude, you're not the first person to say that. I mean, that doesn't make me feel so tough, but hey, it is what it is. That's just the way my voice sounds when I'm excited. So we have multiple new members here, guys. We have Hun Bella. Thank you for becoming a member. We have Jacob also becoming a member, and I think we have another one here. Let me scroll down, make sure I get everybody's name here so everybody is acknowledged. So we have Hun Bella, We have Jacob. And again, just making sure I'm not missing anybody. Okay, so you guys are new members. Thank you. I appreciate everybody who's not only here watching the stream, those of you who support my content. We still have over 3,500 people watching, which is just insane. Everybody who's donated, especially those of you who become members, thank you so much. It's you have no idea, especially at a time like this, how grateful I am for you guys showing your support like this. It's truly amazing to see that you guys genuinely seem to appreciate what I'm doing here, and I love doing it, especially at a time like this. It's my passion. I love expressing it, so thank you guys. We also have James Bond, BLHK100. You are saying, I think both Xbox and PS5 are going to do great. I don't care about competition or who wins. I just want the best games. Everyone shouldn't hate on Xbox. I agree. I mean, we are a PlayStation-centric channel, and a lot of times it's, that just because of the nature of the competition between the two brands, it's hard not to feel like you want to push back sometimes. And the most enthusiastic fans sometimes to get a little, we have a tendency to sometimes get a little bit too worked up. But I agree, man. Like, we just want awesome games. I've been saying it for a long time now. I'm expecting awesome games from PlayStation, but I would love to see some really awesome games come from Xbox as well. We have David. You're saying, oh, geez, Rick. Yeah, again, I'm not gonna do that live on stream because I have a feeling I'm gonna butcher it, and I don't need to humiliate myself like that live, But I'll say, maybe in the future, I don't know, 100K subscriber, Morty voice revealed, I don't know. But we have Gamer O'Malley, you're saying Xbox salt on Twitter equal all-time high. I'm not going to try to say hilarious because apparently I say that word weird. I know this is getting a little off topic and off the rails, but apparently that's one word I don't say correctly. But yeah, dude, I am, I don't know, buddy. I am not looking forward to seeing how the Xbox people react because I'm going to be real right now. I don't care. I just don't care, man. Like, I'm a PlayStation fan. I have a PS4 Pro that I play all the time, and I'm super excited for the PS5. And all I know is what I saw here impressed the hell out of me, and it feels like the best is still yet to come, even for as impressed as I am. And I'm looking forward to Ghost of Tsushima tomorrow, so nobody can bring me down, man. I am excited, and if there's Xbox fans that feel upset, well, my only suggestion to them is get a PlayStation or look forward to the PS5. I'm not going to hate on you or anything. Like, enjoy what you enjoy, but let us have our time here. We have Gray, you're saying, any news on when the pre-orders for the PS5 is? Unfortunately, buddy, I do not have news on that. I don't have the info or the inside scoop. I'm going to assume that pre-orders are going to go live the day it's actually revealed, which will probably be sometime in June. So look forward to it then. And we have, let's see here. Okay, I think I'm all caught up with everything here, guys. So yeah, we still have over 3,000 people watching, guys, and we have over 2,200 likes on the stream. I'm going to ask one more time, you guys hit that like button. You have no idea how important it is here on YouTube, likes. That's why we ask for them so frequently, because they help out algorithmically. So if you support the channel, if you enjoy the channel, hit that like button. Getting over 2,200 likes is more than I ever could have asked for, but hey, if we can just crush it, make a new record here, let's get it as far as we can go. At one point, we had over 4,000 people watching during the stream, which is just absolutely incredible, and I can't thank you guys enough. I guess I'll just keep it going a little bit longer here simply because I can tell that you guys are enjoying this, and this is a big moment for PlayStation fans. We have Adrian. Once again, you're saying people will have problems with 1440p at 30 FPS next. I mean, here's the thing, Adrian. I don't know if you're basically saying that as in people are going to have a problem if that's an option or if that's basically just the only standard that a game runs at. Like, if we get a AAA PlayStation 5 game from a third party and we find out it can only run at 1440p 30 FPS, to be honest, I mean, I could see why people would be upset about that. I certainly wouldn't be happy about it, but if that's an option, right, like you can downscale to that or even 1080p so you can get that 60 FPS. I'm telling you, man, that option needs to be there. We have Kurohime T is what I'll call you. You're saying, first up, just call me Kurohime. Okay, I guess I got that right already. You're saying, next, I'm glad you're doing well, bud. You're pretty interesting to listen to. Hearing you're excited like this is exactly why I first subbed. Keep up the great content. Well, thank you so much, Kurohime. I really appreciate that. I mean, that's the thing, guys. I have a genuine passion for gaming, and I realize that the greatest thing about doing this is I can share that passion with like-minded people. And I know that there's a lot of people who woke up today who were just as excited as I was at whatever this Summer Game Fest announcement was going to be, waiting there eagerly, hoping for something amazing, something PlayStation related, even if it's not PlayStation related, just something awesome. And I was really, really nervous because my excitement levels were so high. To be completely honest with you guys, this is why I didn't stream this live. I waited until after we knew what the announcement was, because the last thing I wanted to do was turn my mic on, get people ready to watch this with me, and hearing how hyped I was just to be let down. But I'm so happy that we weren't let down. We actually got something awesome, and I know I've been sharing this with PlayStation fans for a long time now, for months and months and months, where we've been patiently waiting. We've been hearing the rumors, and I'm sure the rumors and the leaks, they never stop. Obviously, they're always going to play a part in the conversation, but they just reached like a fever pitch back in February, and then March came, and everything in the world started happening, and we're just like, oh, what's happening? When are we going to get the news? And, Xbox was really coming out swinging hard, and PlayStation fans were like kind of scratching their head like, should we be patient? Should we be nervous? And I always said that, look, like, I know it's hard to be patient, but our patience is going to be rewarded. It's not just going to be rewarded with things like this, but it's going to, that's just the way it is, man. Like, you got to give these guys time to do something great, because that's what they want to do. You think about the studios underneath Sony. You think about the people who work there, the people even at Microsoft. Their goal is they want to do some great stuff for the gaming community. They want to do awesome things, and it takes time. And I just think that, the intention is always there. Does it always land? No. But in this case, guys, I really think both Xbox and PlayStation fans have a hell of a lot to look forward to. But as a PlayStation fan, man, I don't know. I am just, like, my hype has reached a new level after this when it comes to the PS5. And I know to some people that maybe sound like I'm exaggerating a little bit, but I'm sorry, man. Like, Sony, you have impressed me. You showed me real gameplay, no BS, no smoke and mirrors, not even from your first party, and you're impressing me. So now you really have my attention, right? We have Boone Davey. Once again, you're saying, let's get this straight. They didn't say it can't run at 60 FPS, rather that this was. Plus, they can literally push an update to Unreal Engine 5 to make it work. That's a good point, Boone Davey. We're not going to jump to conclusions and say that just because this is running at 30 FPS, that means all games or even, games on the Unreal Engine 5 are all going to be 30 FPS in order to achieve this graphical fidelity. Like, that's the frame rate it's going to have to stick at. You're completely right. Like, they're going to have a lot more time to optimize. They're going to have a lot more time to really, again, fully harness the power of this console, of these new consoles. And so I think that same sentiment probably applies to multiple developers, if not all developers. But there's no doubt that I think Sony's first party, more than anything, are probably going to be the first ones to really show what you can do on this console while maintaining 60 FPS. Maybe that's, me getting my hypes. I'm combining hype and hopes. But my hopes too high. I hope not, but you are not wrong about that, buddy. Like, it may be 30 FPS here, but that doesn't mean that games are going to be running at 30 FPS on the PS5. At least not all the time. We also have PK, you're saying, look at the beginning of PlayStation 4. Games looking good, but not as good as after 2 years. For example, developers have to get used to it. Then we can expect next-gen graphics. And another good point there, buddy. As I've been saying, we have to understand that it's going to take some time for devs for both the Xbox Series X and the PlayStation 5 to fully harness the power. And this is where you look at the tool set that both Sony and Microsoft have implemented into their consoles and why they put such a big emphasis on it, where it's like, we need to make sure these tools are super, super developer friendly, and that this console is as easy as possible to develop for, because that's what's going to make the big difference in impressing people with next-gen games, both first and third party, I mean, the good thing is Sony's first-party devs can just straight up tell them, like, look, this is what we want. And so Sony's going to make sure, all right, this is what our first party's asking for. Same with Microsoft. We're going to make sure it's there. But then they're going to go to third-party devs and going to be like, what do you guys want? And you're going to find that developers, most of them are probably asking for similar things. And in Sony's case, they decided that, it was going to be the SSD as well as other things, but mainly that SSD. And we have Gamer O'Malley, you're saying, let's get MBG 3,000 likes. Show your support. Well, thank you for that, buddy. I really appreciate you hyping people up here to try to hit that like threshold, because, it's a fun thing to do, I guess, right? Maybe not. I don't know. I always feel a little bit uncomfortable asking for likes, but I realized, like, once I learned how important it was for YouTube's algorithm, I then realized I'm only hurting my channel and myself, and even to an extent my community, by not trying to grow it further by encouraging people to like it, because I don't know why, but that's just part of YouTube's algorithm, man. Like, likes are deeply intertwined with the success potential, or the potential success of any content here on YouTube. For those who don't know or aren't aware. So, yeah, I just, God, man, like, again, just sitting here knowing how blown away I am and how amazing this was, and then also realizing that at 4 p.m. Eastern tomorrow, guys, we got Ghost of Tsushima to look forward to. I mean, I hope this isn't the case, but I just gotta say, I'd be totally okay if we get this, and then we get that Ghost of Tsushima gameplay tomorrow, and then Sony's like, we're going to take a break for the remainder of the month until June. I'd be okay with that, man. I'd be okay with that, because Sony is, they're really starting to show me that they are getting ready to do some big stuff, and I've just been so damn impressed with Sony and the way they've been able to handle the PlayStation brand. I mean, I look at not only the sales numbers, which is impressive, obviously, but I look at the quality of their games. I look at how well the console continues to sell, the support that people continue to show the PlayStation brand, and it's not blind loyalty either. It's been earned, and I learned that, and I don't know, man. Like, I don't think I've ever been so damn excited for a next generation console in my life. And I honestly, I've never been more excited to. I think a part of this excitement is because I have a platform here where I can share that excitement with a bunch of like-minded people, and you guys have really proven to me today. I mean, you continually prove this to me, but today, now more than ever, you guys have shown me and you've proven to me that we're in this together, man, and it's gonna be fun. Like, it's gonna be fun, and that to me is the most exciting part about all this, because, I would still be just as excited if I didn't have an audience to share this excitement with, but you guys just enhance it that much more. And I know, I sound like I'm kissing ass over here, but I just need you guys to know that, like, without you guys being here, like, this wouldn't mean anything in terms of me sharing my excitement with you and live streaming this. And I had a genuine moment of, I'm excited for next gen. I want to turn on my mic and I want to express my excitement for what we just saw. And there's just a lot going on in the world right now, and I just feel like it's times like this where they serve as a really good distraction to be able to kind of disconnect from some of the harsh realities and just kind of get immersed into the world of gaming and what's to come. And I think most of you understand what I'm getting at here, but guys, I pretty much, I'm gonna let anybody know if you have anything significant. Oh, as I say that, I see the 1B 22,000 shows up here. You're saying people continuing to call this a demo need to understand the difference between something running on a PC and something running in real time on actual hardware. Developers have already said this is the biggest hardware jump ever. And you know what? The 1B 22,000, first of all, thank you for that generous donation, but you are 100% right, buddy. I guess this is a good way where we can kind of start to wind this down, to just remind people that this, like, you don't even want to call it a demo. I mean, it is a demonstration, of course, but it is a playable section of gameplay that Epic Games created on their next generation engine, running on a PlayStation 5, not a PC. I mean, they literally said that they plugged the recording device into the HDMI outlet or input on the PlayStation 5 to record this. And so anybody who maybe doubts, like, oh, like, this isn't fully representative, like, no, as you said here, man, devs are saying this is the biggest generational leap we've seen. I mean, even Phil Spencer was saying that. Now, he's comparing it to 2D to 3D. I don't know if it's that big, but, I mean, that's what one of the creators of the Xbox Series X is saying. Of course, that could just be him hyping it up, but I gotta say, guys, like, yeah, I am, yeah, I don't think anybody can look at this and deny that PlayStation knows what the hell they're doing when it comes to getting people excited, man. First the DualSense, now this. I mean, what the hell is going to happen to the internet? I mean, the internet's literally going to break when they show the console. We have Boone Davey once again, buddy. Appreciate all your super chats. You're saying legit. This also with the teaser of the PSVR 2 handset tech. This future generation is prepping to be insane, and I am so hyped. And that's another thing I do want to mention here, buddy, is like you're talking about PSVR. That's just a whole nother component to next generation with Sony that, frankly, Microsoft isn't going to have that I'm excited for. I never bought into PlayStation VR, and that's simply just because it just seemed a little bit too cumbersome to me. Hold on, guys, here. I don't think I have any mods right now on port. Fortunately, I'm saying on port. I'm losing track of everything, guys. I'm losing it here. But I don't want to see anybody spamming. I might have to mod myself here right now, so I apologize for that. But talking about PSVR, like this is just another area where the next version, PSVR Generation 2, taking full advantage of the PlayStation 5. Yet another reason I heard that this is another big reason Sony opted to go with the SSD tech that they did, because it's gonna be huge. It's gonna play a huge component for how awesome next generation VR games are gonna play. And I'm telling you, that's going to be such a huge advantage that Sony has, that Microsoft literally just said, yeah, we're not opting it. We're not doing VR. I think Microsoft potentially is making a big mistake there. I know there's a lot of people who doubt VR, but I'm telling you, I think VR is on the cusp of really kind of blowing up or becoming at least a little bit more mainstream than it is now, because what Sony's going to be able to do with this PS5, the tech that's inside of it, especially that SSD and their next gen VR headset, I think it's going to be huge, man. I think it's going to be huge. I really can't. Okay. I need mods. Somebody. Where are my mods? Help me. But yeah, guys, I don't know. I've said a lot during the stream, obviously, and you guys have shown just incredible support, and I really just can't thank you guys enough. And so, let me know in the chat before we end this, because again, the engagement has just been, amazing, and I want to know what you guys like. Let me know. I know a lot of you already have, but let me know in the chat, what do you guys think of this tech demo? For those of you who end up watching this after the stream, let me know in the comments what you think of this tech demo. I just want to know, how impressed are you? What do you think this means for PlayStation 5 exclusives? Just let me know all your thoughts about this. And yeah, so unfortunately, guys, I'm not going to be able to fully control the chat here. It's going a little bit crazy here, so I apologize, for that. But let me see here. We have another new member. You're saying Hidden Mission. Well, you're not saying, but your name is Hidden Mission 83. Thank you for joining the channel, buddy, and becoming a new member. I really appreciate that. We got a bunch of new members today during the stream, which is just phenomenal, and I can't thank you guys enough for your support. Look forward to your perks, buddy. Thanks for going above and beyond, as I say to every member here. We have Edgy Clementine. You're saying the PS4 Unreal Engine 4 demo before PS4 came out looks nowhere near close to the I assume you're saying Uncharted 4 and God of War level, while the Unreal Engine 5 demo is dense and so next gen, it is not PS5's full potential at all. Yeah, dude, you're not wrong there. I mean, we have yet to see the full potential, man, of what the PS5 is going to be capable of. And so, yeah, guys, I just, this has been a really awesome stream. I've had a great time hanging out with you and talking about this. I'm just, I feel like this is just a big moment that a lot of us have been waiting for, and it really just seems like I think Sony delivered in a big way. Again, it may not have been a new game announcement, but I can't tell you like how excited. I mean, I've been telling you how excited I am, but to be honest, guys, like I would love to sit here and chat some more. But I think I'm going to have to wind the stream down because I pretty much said everything I have to say about this tech demo. I'm also wondering now what we're going to talk about during the podcast this Sunday. I don't know how many new people are here watching this, but every Sunday I have a podcast. I call it Press X Podcast. It goes live at 12 p.m. Eastern. I'm just plugging that here. So if you guys are enjoying this, anybody who's new, and you want to come hang out with us and join us, we'll probably talk about this some more. I'm sure there's going to be a lot more conversation to be had over the coming days. Again, we also have the Ghost of Tsushima gameplay tomorrow, so I'm going to go watch that Digital Foundry video. I'm going to be keeping an eye out for what other developers are saying, what people are saying about this. And I guess one of the last things I want to mention here before I go is I noticed people kept tweeting at me, and they kept showing me a picture from Herman Hulst's Instagram. Herman Hulst is the head of Sony's Worldwide Studios, and it was showing him getting a haircut, and he just put on his Instagram, like, today's going to be a good day. And I was like, at that point, I was like, this has to be something PlayStation related, right? Like, it has to be. And yeah, I guess Herman was right. Today is going to be, or is a good day for PlayStation fans, obviously for him and Sony. And so, yeah, guys, I'm glad I could share this moment with you and hype it up, and it gets me more excited for future live streams that we're going to be doing. We have Kurohime, once again, you're saying, these people need less sodium in their diet. Like, really? Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I'm going to encourage everybody, and I guess I'll sign off on this. I'm going to encourage everybody to just try to do your best to be positive and not, if people are being negative and they want to try to rain on your parade and you're feeling good about it, don't even pay attention to it, because you know what, guys, I've said it time and time again, and it's probably going to become one of my catchphrases if it's not already. Like, the proof is in the pudding. And Sony realizes that. This is proof to me that Sony realizes that. This isn't a demonstration of next-gen, tech of what we could see, right? This isn't on high-end PC hardware. This isn't on, this isn't smoke and mirrors, man. Like, this is the real deal. This is the real thing. And so the proof is in the pudding. Today, Sony showed us a little bit, just a little bit of that pudding, and potentially what it's going to taste like, and it's looking pretty damn good to me. And we still haven't seen the whole thing yet, so just stay tuned, guys. Don't listen to the naysayers. Thank you, MH, for that super chat. And, just look for, if you're somebody who maybe, I guess all I can say for the people who are not too impressed with this, for the people who are hoping more, look forward to tomorrow's live stream, because we're going to be live streaming the State of Play at 4 p.m. Eastern here, where we're going to get some new Ghost of Tsushima gameplay, and I think it's going to be a good time. So before I sign off, I just want to give a big thank you to everybody. At one point, again, we had over 4,000 people watching here live, which is just incredible. Thank you guys so much for that. It means more to me than you could possibly know. So as you head out, again, be sure to hit that like button. Be sure to share this out to other people as well, so they can share in our excitement here. But yeah, look forward to tomorrow's stream one last time, 4 p.m. Eastern. We're going to be streaming the State of Play. So that does it, guys. Thank you for showing up. Till next time, take care.